Hello, I'm Shelley Sanders with Sanders Funeral Service. Welcome to our first episode of the Legacy Files. We're going to start a behind-the-scenes look of the history here at Sanders Funeral Service. We have records that date back to 1899, and we've created a museum upstairs that shows all of the history of the ownerships and the families that we've served. We have handwritten records that goes back to 1899 that are so fragile that they're crumbling and disintegrating when you touch them. So we've bought some high-powered scanners and been working on scanning those and getting them ready for the public to be able to view. I'd like to introduce my granddaughter, Addy Matthews. She has been a big help to us this summer. She has came in and has been working on collecting some of the data and helping us gather the stuff that we need. Addy, can you tell us a little bit about the process of what you've been doing?
So we have approximately 30 of the old record books up here. And as she said, we have a high-powered scanner, and I have been going through all of the books and carefully scanning all of the pages. And then we saved all of them to the desktop on the computer, where I have been going through and renaming all of the files with their first and their last names and their date of death. And we're going to create a spreadsheet where we can easily search anyone or anything that anyone wants to see.
We thought it was a great thing to be able to have the files up here so that anyone who's interested in genealogy can come up here and can research easily. The files were all kind of just in boxes and they weren't easily accessible, so it's been quite the process that we've been working on, and we're starting to get it together. I've been amused because every so often I get a text that's from Addy that says, "Hey Nana, did you know?" And she's sent me some interesting things, so I thought maybe she could touch bases on a few of those things that she's seen.
I have found some very interesting Native American names that have made me chuckle just a little bit. One of them was Daisy Turtle, and there was Crooked Nose Red, Buffalo Meat, just some very interesting names.
Now, Addy, you also sent me some information outlining how you thought it was interesting that a lot of children and infants were buried with their parents. What kind of things were you seeing there?
So there's some places in the books where they left some notes. They're not super detailed, but there was a specific one that mentioned a little boy that was buried with his younger brother, and then I remember another one where a mom got to be buried with her infant child. Another thing that I saw pretty commonly was train accidents or cars getting hit by trains, or just people that were walking across the train tracks and got hit. I thought that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting causes that happen. Tell me what you found about history in the books with wars, World War II and some of the other wars that occurred.
So I've noticed a lot of veterans from, it's mentioned World War II and France and the Korean War. It would take several months for them to get shipped here after their date of death and before they actually got laid to rest.
That's interesting to know. I didn't realize it took quite that long for him to get here. You've also sent me some notes about some crime and stuff that you noticed.
So I did notice a lot of random shootings and people found dead in their front yard or in the middle of the road. One specific story mentioned that they believe the person had been shot 4 days ago and was still laying in the road before they were found.
And this was back in the early 1900s? Or?
Yes,
okay.
Mostly like 1930s and 40s.
It sounds like a little bit of the gangster time that was going on back then.
Yes.
Well, Addy, thank you for being here and helping us go through some of these files. We've enjoyed listening to some of your stories. You're going to be quite busy for a while trying to finish up this project, plus heading back to college. I understand you're getting ready to do that. And I'm glad we have you on board to help us get this project underway.
It's been very interesting getting to go through and see the history of this funeral home and even just this county and this town. So I've enjoyed being here and being able to do this project.